Clara eased her small sedan up the long gravel driveway, her tires crunching over the stones as the vineyard slowly came into view. She parked and sat there, staring at the weathered farmhouse and the sprawling rows of grapevines beyond it. Her heart clenched. It looked bigger than she remembered, and far more overwhelming. She pressed her palms against the steering wheel, letting out a shaky breath. Clara whispers, her voice cracking, "Lord, why here? Why now? I don't even know the first thing about vineyards. What am I supposed to do with this?" The silence around her was thick. No answer, just the quiet rustle of leaves in the breeze. Clara blinked fast, her vision blurring with tears. She opened the door and stepped out, the warmth of the sun brushing her skin, her shoes crunching into the gravel. For a moment, she simply stood there, staring at the tangled vines and the peeling paint on the farmhouse. 60 years old, and starting over completely. She pulled her suitcase from the car and set it down with a small thump, her eyes sweeping across the land. Clara's voice was quiet, strained. "Is this really your plan, God? Because right now, it just feels like I've been dropped into the deep end without a life jacket." The wind stirred again, gently tugging at her hair, as if reminding her that she was in fact here, and this vineyard, whether she liked it or not, was hers now. By mid-afternoon, Clara had walked through every room of the house. Dust blanketed every surface, cobwebs stretched across corners, and the air was thick with the scent of must and memories. She sank down onto the porch steps, wiping sweat from her brow and staring out across the vineyard, murmuring to herself, "How am I supposed to keep this place going? It's too much. Maybe everyone's right. Maybe I should have just sold it and gone back home." She wrapped her arms around her knees, staring at the distant hills, then in a choked voice, "Are you even listening, Lord? Because I need a whole lot of help here. I need something." Just then, a male voice called out from across the yard, "Afternoon?" Clara turned quickly, startled. A tall man was approaching, wiping his hands on a rag. His face was lined, but his eyes held a quiet steadiness. "I'm guessing you're Clara." "Yes, Clara Benson." Daniel spoke in a steadfast tone. "Daniel Reeves, I manage this place for your uncle." He extended a hand and she took it, grateful for something solid. "So you're the expert, because I can tell you right now, I'm not. It's a lot of land, but your uncle loved it, poured his life into it." "Yeah, he did. I wish I'd been paying more attention when he was alive." "Most folks don't until they have to. You planning on keeping it running?" "That's the plan, but honestly, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Everyone keeps telling me I'm crazy, and, well, they might be right. You're not the first to feel that way, and you won't be the last, but the vines don't wait for anyone. Harvest is coming soon." Clara sighed, glancing out at the sprawling fields. "Lord, this feels too big for me. Are you sure I'm supposed to be here? I need a sign, something, because I'm scared I'm about to make a mess of it all." "I'll stick around, help where I can. No shame in asking for a hand." "Thank you. Really, thank you." Daniel tipped his hat and walked back toward the barn. Clara stood there for a long moment, watching him go, questions swirling behind her eyes. When he disappeared behind the barn doors, she turned and walked slowly into the house. The late afternoon light filtered through the dusty windows as she stepped into the kitchen, and there, on the table, sat a familiar shape. An old leather Bible. It was her uncle's. She'd recognize that cracked spine and blue ribbon bookmark anywhere. She picked it up slowly, brushing away a fine layer of dust, and cradled it in her hands like something sacred. "You were still reading this, even near the end." Clara tucked the Bible under her arm and carried it outside, settling onto the porch steps just as the sun dipped low across the vineyard. She opened it gently, flipping through until a verse seemed to land in her lap like an old friend. "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Clara still questioned the situation. "Wherever I go? Even here?" The vines rustled in the evening wind, and somewhere in the distance a bird called out as if in answer. Clara closed the Bible and let it rest in her lap. Okay, Lord, I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing, but if you're still speaking through these pages, I'm listening. The sun dipped behind the hills, and the light softened to a gentle gold. And for the first time in a long time, Clara didn't feel quite so alone. If this story spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to join me for the next episode. Subscribe to Laotong Publishing here on YouTube and be the first to know when new episodes release, from The Widow's Vineyard and other faith-filled series from Grace and Love After 50. And if you know someone who needs a little hope today, feel free to share this with them. Stories are meant to be passed on. Until next time, may grace and love follow you always.